Have you ever just felt like your brain is, well, wired a little differently? You know, like you're picking up on things that other people seem to completely miss? Today, we're going to dive into a really fascinating mental architecture that might just explain that exact feeling. It's called the deep processing mind.
So, let me ask you something straight up. Do you find yourself seeing the subtle patterns in how people act? Maybe you can predict what someone's about to do, or you see the hidden logic in a messy situation when everyone else just sees chaos. Just think about that for a second. Does that sound like you?
Okay, so if you're nodding along right now, listen up. That's not just some random personality quirk. It's actually a huge indicator of high intelligence. It points to a mind that's got a seriously powerful working memory. You know, that mental workspace where you juggle ideas. And it allows you to process, well, pretty much everything on a much, much deeper level. And yeah, there's actually a name for this whole cognitive style. It's called the deep processor mind. So for the next few minutes, let's break down what that really means and get into how it all works. So at its very core, a deep processor is all about one thing: an incredible, almost uncanny ability to recognize patterns. That's their superpower. It means they're not just seeing the individual trees, they're instinctively seeing the entire forest and how it all connects into one big, beautiful, and often hidden picture. So what's the engine driving all this? Well, it all comes back to that high-capacity working memory. Think of it like having more RAM for your brain. It lets a deep processor hold a whole bunch of complex ideas in their head at the same time. And because they can juggle more information, they can connect the dots in real time. And that's where the magic of pattern recognition really happens. Okay, so how does this actually show up in the real world? Well, the first key piece of the puzzle is all about making these amazing, unexpected connections. It's about seeing a relationship between things where, honestly, most people see nothing at all. The technical term for this is associative integration, and it's basically the mind's ability to link ideas from completely different worlds. It's like, I don't know, using a concept from biology to solve a business problem, or seeing a pattern in a piece of music that suddenly gives you the answer to a coding bug you've been stuck on for days. And I love this metaphor because it's so true. Where most of us might see two totally separate ideas, like a giant chasm between them, the deep processor's mind is already busy building a bridge. It just effortlessly sees the underlying principles that tie them together. It's pretty incredible. Now let's get to the second core mechanism. And this one's a biggie. It's not just about how a deep processor thinks. It's about their whole relationship with knowledge itself. It all comes down to a deep, burning need to truly understand things from the ground up. Again, there's a formal term for it: independent cognitive processing. And what it means is actually profound. It means a deep processor almost never just takes information at face value. They have this built-in drive to take ideas apart, check the facts, and then rebuild their own understanding from scratch. And this just nails the difference, doesn't it? The typical approach is just to passively accept something. You know, well, if you say so. But the deep processor's mind is always active. It's asking, wait, is that really true? How does that work? Let me go check. They aren't just consumers of information. They are architects of understanding. So we've talked about the what and the how. Now let's pull it all together and bring this thing home. Let's talk about what this means for you. What does being a deep processor actually feel like? Now that you've heard all this, does it resonate with you? Do you kind of see yourself in this description of this mental architecture? Let's do a really quick recap of the main signs. So here it is, the whole shebang in a nutshell. You see patterns absolutely everywhere. You're the person connecting completely separate ideas like history and tech or art and science. You've got a healthy dose of skepticism. You're always asking why. And, of course, all of this is being supercharged by that powerful working memory we keep talking about. Look, if this sounds like you, then it's so much more than just a cool label. It's a toolkit. It's a superpower. Recognizing that this is how your mind works isn't about ego. It's about understanding your potential. So the real question, the one I want to leave you with, is this. It's not just about the patterns you see. It's about what you're going to build with them. What new ideas and solutions are you going to create with that amazing vision you have?